Hello, my name is Grace Lyons, and I'm doing my project on social media and the effects that it has on young minds. First, we're going to be talking about the whole idea of social media in the first place. Social media wasn't as big as ever than it was in 2000s, early 2000s to now. It has grown and developed into something that they wanted to spread positivity, be an online marketplace, grow kindness throughout globally, connect the world globally to make friends, and to have global experiences. However, I don't think that the social media inventors, innovators were ready for as much negativity that would come along with social media. Um, to get into what is wrong with it. Social media versus young adults. So, it says unrealistic views on life and careers. So, an influencer. To share some context on what an influencer is, according to Chantel Romero, a journalist who writes specifically about the effects that social media can have on young minds, she goes on by saying if one doesn't get as many likes, one might feel as society's expectations aren't being met. So, especially with the young adult crowd, we view likes on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, as something that we need to have. We need to have a certain amount, and if we don't, then we aren't pretty enough. We aren't happy enough to make people like us. We don't have enough friends. An influencer is somebody who makes money right off being famous on Instagram and Facebook. An influencer is somebody who makes money off of likes and off getting attention and being famous. So we as young adults look at them and are like, we want to be like them because they're making money doing something that is relatively easy in our eyes. However, we are obviously not seeing what's happening behind the camera and all the work and stuff that is put in to even get them to where they are, and behind the camera taking pictures of them, all of their inquiries that they are worried about. It's important to be aware of the difference between trying to portray an image online and what actually happens after that post. It also increases the appearance of FOMO, so fear of missing out. So especially with influencers, they go off, they travel, they live the lifestyle that a lot of people want to live. They travel and make money. So we feel like young adults, as if we are home during school, we don't post content from around the world all the time, that we are missing out and we are not living life to its fullest, and that can increase anxiety and depression. Most importantly, social media can be deceiving and make individuals believe in a false reality. So they believe in a reality that these influencers are out there living the perfect life, they're not stressed out, and it just came to them because they're famous and they have a lot of friends or they're pretty. So next we're going to be talking about the mental health dilemma. This one is the biggest in my opinion, and it has a lot to do with the time that we spend on social media, no matter what platform it is. So according to the South Austin Counseling Center, an excessive amount of social media use can lead to insecurity, distraction, addiction, social anxiety, and cyberbullying. So with insecurity, to go back to the influencer thing, these influencers are all very pretty, very famous. So self-comparison between us and them, wanting to be them and being small town, go to school, get a career, leads to a lot of self-comparison. And then distraction, obviously that is another big one, because I have even seen it in myself how unproductive I get when I just grab my phone just to text someone back, and then all of a sudden I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I'm on all of these apps and I get very distracted. Addiction. So yes, there is an addiction to social media, and what acts as positive reinforcement can become addictive. So it goes back to the likes. Wanting 300 likes on an Instagram picture and getting that releases serotonin in your brain, and that can become an addictive chemical that becomes unhealthy later on, when especially when if you just don't get the number of likes that you want. Social anxiety, that is another thing that I've been seeing lately in my own little sister and in her school. Not getting enough face-to-face social interaction, especially with COVID that's happening right now. I believe that the world is lacking face-to-face communication skills in general, but then also not just this past year with COVID. I believe that because social media is such a prominent way of communication between the younger generation now, I believe that kids now are getting social anxiety when they have to talk to people face to face instead of on the phone, which obviously can lead to many more mental and sometimes physical implications. So cyberbullying allows bullies to be behind their computer screen. So yes, of course, bullying has been a thing, but obviously bullying wasn't really, cyberbullying wasn't really in the original plans of social media. They weren't expecting as much negativity to come out of social media as it did. Even the influencers and the stars of social media platforms get bullied by everyday people like me and like you and like them, because everybody now is so comfortable being behind a screen that they don't care what happens on the other side of it. However, there is a solution, and I believe that a solution is decreasing your time on social media, just taking a break, putting your phone in another room while you do homework, turning it off. Even just a simple notification can distract you for long enough that you don't realize that 2 hours have gone by and you haven't gotten your homework done. However, some people may say that there are a lot of benefits, and according to here are the benefits. And according to Morgan Myers, making friendships worldwide gives room for personal expression, as never been so easy to get information. The internet can be a vehicle for doing good and spreading good around the world. And that was, I think, the original plan of social media. They wanted globally, they wanted the world to experience kindness from the other side of the world. However, there were negatives that come with that, but I also think that the benefits are very good to think about as well, because now my cousins live in Switzerland, and I can text them and they can text me, and the communication is very good for us. And then these are my references, and in conclusion, I would just like to say that taking some time off social media is good for your mental and your physical health. I believe that you should watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix, and then hopefully that will empower you to want to delete some social media apps, only have the ones that you need to have. And yeah, that is it for my speech. Thank you so much.